Hello, my name is Andrew Doyle.
And my name is Noah Carpenter.
Welcome to this month's segment brought to you by CJTV.
Man, don't we have a perfect lineup of stories here for you today?
Speaking of perfect, let's roll on over to 4th Street Bowl with Ty and Trey to check out one of CJ High School's very own and his recent perfect score.
Hi, I'm Ty.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Noah. We're here to interview Dakota Dunn and find out how he got his first 300.
I've been bowling about 9 years. When I first started bowling, I never thought I'd be able to get a 300, but with a lot of practice, I did. A tip that I would have for new bowlers is to practice. Now that I got the highest score possible, I wanted to get a 900, which is 36 strikes in a row.
And now we're on our way to go talk to a manager.
I've been working here at 4th Street Bowl for about 4 years or so. Oh, I've seen plenty of people bowl 300s. I mean, we got a lot of really good bowlers out here, and they do it all the time. I've had like 7 so far this year. My highest score was a 226. Yep. Before that, 225.
This has been Ty,
Trey,
and Noah.
reporting for CJTV.
Wow, that story was striking. He must have been really dedicated to achieve something like that.
You're so right, Noah. Speaking of dedication, Avery, Spencer, Joe, and Maddie bring us New Year's resolutions from Carl Junction students and staff.
With New Year's right around the corner, we took to the halls of CJ to find out what resolutions have been made.
My New Year's resolution is to not play Fortnite at all in 2019.
My New Year's resolution is to drink more water.
My New Year's resolution? Probably be nicer to my girlfriend.
My New Year's resolution is to be kinder to people.
My New Year's resolution was to pick up a good habit, and the habit I decided to pick up was gambling.
So my New Year's resolution was stop drinking pop.
We didn't focus on just students, though.
Is to simply buy more shoes, which I feel like is an odd New Year's resolution. My wife's going to be upset at that, but I do like tennis shoes. I need to buy more shoes. The second thing, maybe this was probably more serious, maybe not to yell at my kid while she plays volleyball. As much as I can, try to be a quiet dad in the stands. That's hard for me to do, but that's my New Year's resolutions.
My New Year's resolution is to be nicer to Miss Amy and Miss Jennifer in the office.
We decided to head to the neighborhood heroes, Glenn and Denise King, to figure out what resolutions they have made.
My New Year's resolutions were to stop working out and gain about 20 pounds.
Well, they're written in this cute little book, so I'm going to open it up and tell you. 1, drink more water. 2, drink less caffeine. 3, start working out. 4, read more books, godly ones. 5, wake up earlier. 6, walk the dogs more. That would be Bren. 7, be more positive.
Though New Year's resolutions can be hard to keep, we had to check back in to see how everyone's New Year's resolution was going.
It's not going very good. I still play quite a bit.
It's going good. I drink like 2 bottles a day, so.
Yeah, it's not going very well.
I have a New Year's resolution. Find a new girlfriend.
I'm trying.
It's going pretty well. Got some saucy teachers, Joe Kennedy, Spencer King. So, we're just living it up, having a good time.
And on January 1st, I went out to eat and I forgot that it was January 1st and I drank pop. So.
Terrible. I haven't bought any shoes and got in trouble for yelling at my kid last tournament. So off to a flying start.
Yeah. Terrible. Amy, be quiet.
Well, the stop working out thing went really well. I've done that quite well. The gaining 20 pounds, I'm working on.
Well, they're going great. 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 are going very, very well. 1 and 5, not so well. But you know what? I can do better.
I think we figured out that New Year's resolutions are hard to keep, so just don't make them.
Wow, that story really has me thinking about goals of my own.
How are those going for you? All right, while Doyle is drowning in shame, Courtney, and Alex bring us the best swimmers in CJHS.
This year's swim team has had a lot of change with a new coach, a star swimmer coming back from an injury, and young competitors. We interviewed a few of our swimmers to talk about their season.
I usually swim the 200 IM and the 100 breast. So morning practices, I probably wake up around like 4:30 every morning, and then I pull up to the pool, 5:20, get up, out of my car, get inside, and I have to take the tarps off, which are super hard and super annoying. Usually we do some stretches before we get in the water. We'll like do some arm bands, and then like we'll work on our knee strength, and then we'll usually do either like 1275s or a ladder of 400, 300, 200, 100. And then the practice just depends on like what we're doing this week. So
the season's gone pretty great so far. We've done really good at meets, and a bunch of the new swimmers have competed really well. I think they've really improved, even though they've never swam before. They learned the strokes really quick, picked it up, and went fast.
I think the COC meet tonight is going to go really well. I think we're going to place top 3 as a team. Yeah, I think a lot of people like me, Corinne Miller, Emma Lacey, Sophia Hensley, Carson Smith, and I don't know, some other people might surprise us and place top 3 for sure. I've been swimming since I was 2. I started on a club team, and I've just kind of been raised up in it.
Congratulations to our swim team on getting 3rd at the COC conference. The swim team made the automatic cut for state, so their preparation for state begins now.
Wow, those were some awesome swimmers.
You know what else is awesome?
Noah, are you talking about me?
No, Isaac, Kinsey, and Tyne took us to explore Font Awesome.
Welcome to ITK Vlogs. In today's segment, we will be telling the story of a $1 million business and how it grew from an idea to an iconic innovation.
Font Awesome is a business that creates a variety of icons for millions of websites.
We decided to ask the co-founder and the head icon designer of Font Awesome a few questions about the business.
David Gandy is a co-founder of the company Font Awesome. We decided to ask him how they came up with the idea of the business, and this is what David Gandy had to say.
First startup that I was ever part owner of, and was working with some friends, and it was time for us to make our own company website. I started messing around with describing what our company did, and we wanted to have icons to sort of describe what we did, a picture to help reinforce the words that were going on there. And it just got to be a real pain. So we changed how icons were done for us to scratch our own itch. So we made something that we needed, and then it turns out that a lot of other people needed it too.
Since Font Awesome was a part of Y Combinator, we asked them how this program benefited their business for the long run.
Y Combinator, for those of you that don't know, is a startup accelerator. What that means is that if you are running a startup, you can apply to Y Combinator. And if they think that you have traction, meaning that you have people that are actually using your product and liking it, you're showing that you can that you understand how to build product, how do you get people to actually use the product, and that it's actually something that they want. Those are kind of critical things to getting accepted. But Y Combinator is really more like a business school that's practical. But another big component of it is all of the businesses that are part of Y Combinator are software or some other kind of startup. So high growth potential, where you are moving fast and you are looking for rapid growth. These are all very common things for YC startups. And so they help you sort through how to do that, how to prioritize the right things. So Y Combinator for us was really like a practical business school, and it made such a huge difference for us because I'm a designer, my co-founder Travis is a developer, and we're not really the business types. So another thing Y Combinator does is it helps to level the playing field by teaching people who are doers how to understand and how to think about the business side of things.
Font Awesome icons are on many websites. We decided to ask them which sites they were on.
We're currently on about 250 million websites. So about one in every 4 websites on the entire internet is using Font Awesome somewhere. I think one of the most recent ones I heard about is we're on McDonald's.com. We were super proud when we found out that we were on WhiteHouse.gov via the previous administration. We're really kind of all over the place in a lot of ways, and so now it's kind of a fun thing. You know, you're on some kind of random like news website. There's our user icon, or there's our home icon. So it's kind of a fun thing that we still run into it on a daily basis, but. Yeah.
Font Awesome is just in their early phases of being a startup company and have many plans for the future. Let's see what they had to say.
Honestly, the The most important part of the business is not the product. Font Awesome itself is fantastic and great. We have all sorts of plans for that. But the most important piece of the business itself is the recognition that the business is people. It's primarily people. It's not the stuff you make, it's the people, and the primary product any successful business actually has is the business itself. In terms of the product itself plans that we have, it's mostly around just providing more value and more services for the people that are paying, and for those that aren't yet, to entice them into the service.
Jory Raphael is a head icon designer for Font Awesome. Let's see how he was brought onto the team.
I've been designing icons for a long time, and Font Awesome was one of the, and is one of the big players in the space. And Dave, the founder, and I had been in touch a number of times over the years, and we just got to talking about icons, and he asked me if I wanted to be part of it.
There are many stages for designing an icon. Jory told us his routine to designing these icons.
Typically it starts with sketching, a bunch of different ideas depending on the concept. I use my iPad for that, and then from there I jump straight into Illustrator and design a more high fidelity version in vectors. And go back and forth and test it in the different pixel levels and zoom in and out until we got the right version of it.
Since consumers are a big impact in the company, we asked how they influence which icons they make.
It's changed a bit over time. We have a lot of kind of all the standard icons already made. So right now we get to make some more fun ones that would probably only be used by a small amount of people. But we have a leaderboard where members of the community can vote on icons that they want to have included. And we've also, through our Kickstarter campaign that we did a couple of years ago, a number of people sponsored specific sets. So we have designed those sets based on their specific needs and their industries.
This has been Isaac, Tyne, and Kinsey signing out.
You're so right, Noah. That was awesome. But all this talking is really making me thirsty.
Don't you worry. Abby, Jenna, and Danny take us to the coffee shop in the Joplin Greenhouse.
This is Jenna, Abby, Danny, coming at you from Joplin Greenhouse Coffee.
The greenhouse has been open since 2001, but the coffee shop was just recently added.
So the coffee shop opened in mid-September. That's when I started working here. We offer Bearded Lady as well as Cottage Small Roasters, so they're roasted in Joplin and Carthage. It's all local. All of our milks are local as well. As far as the varieties of coffee, we have a ton to choose from, and they're always rotating. So before we had the coffee shop, we had a little organic market in here, and so after Natural Grocers across the way opened up, it kind of took a lot of our business from the organic market. So the managers of the coffee shop have a real love for coffee. We did have a little coffee kind of cafe before with the marketplace, and it did well. So they just thought, you know what, we're gonna just put the marketplace aside and just focus on coffee and do really well with that.
We asked Joplin Greenhouse how the style of their store affects their business.
In that we kind of get a lot of people who like the plants as kind of an aesthetic thing as well. I feel like a lot of people come in just to kind of be surrounded by that aesthetic that they like, the minimalist, while also having the green and the whites and the, you know, kind of fresh, modern vibe.
This has been Jenna, Abby, and Danny. Signing out.
So now we're not thirsty, but I forgot to eat something this morning.
Hey, Brody and Tyler have got you covered, bringing us the new Mexican restaurant, Mi Torito.
Brody and Tyler here at the Mi Torito in Galena, Kansas to get some information on the new location in Carl Junction.
We interviewed one of the owners to help answer some of our questions that we had.
How long have we been here in business in Galena? 13 years. Yes, this is the first Mi Torito location, the original here in Galena. The Carl Junction location is actually something we've thought about for a long time. It was a good opportunity, good location, so we decided to go ahead and do it now. We're planning on opening mid-February, not exactly sure of a date at this time. Finding employees was relatively difficult. You have to have someone who's bilingual to pass between the back of house and front of house. But we had several people in mind already, so it wasn't too hard of a transition. The amount of customers we have here in Galena, the majority are actually from Carl Junction, so I don't think it'll be a big problem to find a good fan base.
This has been Brody
Tyler.
with CJTV.
Signing out.
Wow, that place looks good. I love local restaurants.
Speaking of local, Noah, did you notice the new CJ Pharmacy on your way to school this morning?
Yeah, I did.
Trenton and Nakoa bring us a story on the new CJ Pharmacy.
Nakoa Warren here with my partner Trent Smith, and we've ventured out to the local CJ Pharmacy to see just how the new business is going.
We took over the pharmacy basically Halloween of this past year. One of the things that I'm most proud of is partnering with Junction Threads and having them design some t-shirts and some spirit gear that we're able to display out here. I think it's given that side of the pharmacy a whole new fresh look and really has brightened up our sales floor, and I'm really excited about it. And we're getting a lot of positive feedback from the community about it, and you know, sales are slowly starting to grow, and I think it's just a great partnership. So we have plans for growth. We're going to continue to promote free delivery. We're just waiting on our delivery vehicle to be ready. It's still with the design group right now. It's a smart car, it's an electric car. So you'll see a little electric car with a 70-mile radius scooting around town delivering medicine to people. Some of the main challenges have been just technical and software stuff. Anytime there's a transition of pharmacy ownership, you're looking at new contracts with insurance companies, and it just takes time.
As most of you know, there's been some issues with the previous management of this pharmacy, so we asked Mr. Humphrey if he's had any issues regarding the transfer from old management to new management.
Personally, I haven't had any problems with the previous ownership. Jerry has done everything he has, and everything under his control and everything in his power to make sure it's been a smooth transition. Some of the most positive things, I just keep telling people I'm blown away by how nice everybody is. The community is just so kind, and I feel like it's probably had more of a positive impact on myself as opposed to me actually, you know, impacting the community itself, but I would love to repay that favor.
This has been Nakoa and Trenton with CJTV signing out.
I think that it's so cool for them to partner up with high school business classes.
You're right, Noah.
Speaking of business classes, Abby and Abby bring us our advanced graphic design class, CJ Designs.
The advanced graphic design class has been around 7 years now, creating over 15,000 shirts in the process. We took a look back at how it all started.
It started with a donation of some screen printing equipment from Dr. Heron, who used to be our school board president.
From there, the class continued to boom.
The first year we printed about 100 shirts. Now we average about 300 to 400 shirts a month, so it really does add up pretty quickly.
We met up with Isaac Chase, one of the advanced graphic designers, and he talked us through his favorite project and the process of the design.
My favorite project is what I'm working on right now, which is Joy of the Journey shirts. The t-shirt making process starts with making a design and then putting it on a screen that you can use to print the shirt. And then once you print the shirt, you put it in a drawing machine and then you box it up and then ship the product out to the client.
Although the projects are fun, there is still a stressful aspect.
The hardest part of CJ Designs is probably making the shirt, because you want to make sure all your dimensions are right before actually printing, because it could ruin your customer's shirt.
We also discussed other projects than t-shirts.
Type of projects that you can do are shirts, signs, posters, and vinyl.
All this work, there's more value than the grade.
You can make money off of making shirts. You'll just have to price it right so a portion goes to the class that's needed and the other portion goes back to you.
For any students interested, there's a semester of graphic productions required before being able to be a part of this class, because any student would tell you.
Yes, I recommend this class.
From CJTV, this has been Abby and Abby.
Wow, we had a lot of spectacular segments this month.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Andrew
and Noah
with CJTV.